Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. It's another beautiful day, and we're here live in the Bermuda Triangle, and we're talking about Bitcoin right now, and things are getting real exciting. In the space, things are starting to amp up. Things are starting to ramp up nicely, and we're right on time. We're right on schedule. Yeah. Now in this feed, we're going to talk about why this is. I'm going to express my opinion as to why I feel that Bitcoin is not going to zero, not in our lifetime. Anyway, it's not going to zero, not in our lifetime, because the last Bitcoin to be mined is like 140 years from now, right? And even from that point, the only thing we'll be fighting over because of the halving would be satoshis, right? Now, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. We are already receiving satoshis, right, in the millions, if not billions. Some of us are receiving satoshis in the billions. Some of us are receiving satoshis in the millions per day, per day. And if you consider this, that the fight or the scramble, because of the halving, the reward is going to go from 1 Bitcoin in 2 years to, you know, millions of satoshis. If not, you know what I'm saying, if not billions of satoshis, right? So with that being said, when you look at the opportunity of BitHarvest, when you look at BitHarvest from a Satoshi standpoint, right? From a Satoshi standpoint, sats, we are in the money, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the money. And time is going to be our greatest multiplier when it comes to our personal wealth, our personal well-being, our personal finances moving forward. If you look at it from the standpoint of or even a pension, if you look at Bitcoin, saving your energy and time in Bitcoin versus your pension, and we all know that the pension plan or the pension scheme does not help or benefit the pensioner, right? That game is already, the deck is already stacked, right? But consider this: if you are someone, let's say you don't even have a BitHarvest account, right? So even if you don't have a BitHarvest account, if you look at how much you contribute to your own pension, that's probably already coming out of your paycheck. If you use that as an indicator, and you slowly convert, right? Depending on how you get paid, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly. If you are able to put that amount aside in Bitcoin every month, or even 10% of that amount, because times are hard. Everything is, well, we know that things aren't getting expensive. It's the dollar depreciating in value, right? Because once upon a time, cash was an asset, right? Or the value of the fiat money had some real value, right? $100 doesn't value the same amount of goods in your grocery cart, 10 years ago. Consider that. However, 10 years ago, you needed more Bitcoin to get the same amount of groceries, right? But now you need even less. You know, uh, if you have basically satoshis. So if you look at groceries, when Bitcoin first came out, if you converted your Bitcoin into the fiat money because you needed some groceries, you had to convert a lot of Bitcoin, meaning the whole asset, right? So when Bitcoin was $1, right? Or if you got Bitcoin at 10 cents because you was mining it, and then you got your 100x or whatever, you converted it. Now you could get on a plane, go, you probably had a good time. You probably had a lot of fun on your vacation. It's very, very easy, and you walked away, right? You probably walked away. But now as you're looking back, you're probably saying to yourself, hey, if I would have held on to my 1,000 Bitcoin, I would have been able to take more trips with less Bitcoin. Or I'll be able to take more trips with my sats, with the satoshis. You see what I'm saying? Because when you look at the conveniences of food and travel, they are measured in satoshis and not Bitcoin anymore. So the longer or the more that Bitcoin is in the state of play and being adopted by people around the entire planet, whether it's a country, an individual sovereign wealth fund, or a company or a bank, if you are not exposed to Bitcoin, then you will work for the rest of your life. Yeah? And also you'll be poor for the rest of your life. Well, I'm not planning to be poor for the rest of my life. So, what you're witnessing is someone who's already on a Bitcoin standard. So I'm not in that arena anyway. And I'm also putting myself in a position so that my family won't be in that state either, or my children's children or their children's children, because I already have things in place whereby they'll be receiving sats every day. Can't mess it up. It's like having eggs for breakfast. You can't mess up eggs. So having a BitHarvest account is like, having eggs for breakfast. Or if you're hungry, what's the easiest thing to make? Eggs. But if you're somebody who has a chicken farm, you ain't gotta worry about buying eggs. You just walk outside to your chicken coop and harvest the eggs. Because if you've got enough chickens, you're getting eggs daily. So you got something to eat daily. See what I'm saying? So if you look at it like that, BitHarvest is going to be that machine, that entity that allows people to live on a day-to-day and be able to operate from a very strong position and a healthy financial position. So, yeah, So why Bitcoin is not going to zero, ladies and gentlemen? Well, look around, do your research. You have one of the largest companies. Well, you have the largest company, BlackRock, who's accumulating it continuously, and is one of the entities that help MicroStrategy acquire Bitcoin. And if you don't know MicroStrategy, do your research. I'm not going to do a deep dive into that. You know, that's for those who know about the Michael Saylors of the world, etc., etc. But not, I mean, between Michael Saylor, he's doing something amazing, because he's like single-handedly getting Bitcoin adoption on a corporate scale globally. You know, I see him, you know, doing interviews in all different types of arenas. And that's why I'm extremely bullish for Bitcoin to increase extremely, and I'm also at peace. I'm also at peace with the pace as to which Bitcoin is going. So I'll say this: everything else is gambling, ladies and gentlemen. I figured that out that much. You know, and hey, a lot of people like to gamble. That's why there's a whole market dedicated to just that. There's a whole market dedicated to gambling. So the crypto world is for gamblers. But if you're not involved into gambling, you could be sucked into that quite easily if you have not informed yourself properly or robustly about Bitcoin. You know, if you haven't informed yourself about Bitcoin, then you would think that getting involved with a meme coin or some other crypto token will make you rich even better than Bitcoin. Just to find out that hey, you know, you may get wealthy from a secondary opportunity. However, the longevity of it is not guaranteed. Yeah, and that's what I would argue. I would argue that the prosperity with Bitcoin, in my opinion, is guaranteed because it's the first, right? It's the first one. It's the most. I mean, it's the most market cap. I don't see any other token getting to a trillion. You know, not anytime soon. Not with Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin is going to surpass all the other tokens. They're just going to leave them in the dust. Like I said, once Bitcoin gets to 1 million, well, one Bitcoin equals $1 million. Man, there's something in the air. When one Bitcoin reaches $1 million, ladies and gentlemen, that's when the real wealth is gonna just pour into. It's just gonna pour into the asset. Yeah, that's where the wealth is gonna pour into the asset, and people like us will be free. We won't have to worry about, oh, what's the next meme coin? What's this? Or even if you're somebody if you're a developer and you're looking to create your own token, that's still gambling, right? That's still gambling. And you're not gonna beat Bitcoin, and you won't beat the price point of the Satoshis, right? And that's for any developer out there if you're watching this. So-called developers, right? Making your tokens or, whatever. I challenge you to beat the growth rate of Satoshis, not even Bitcoin, Satoshis. Because the value of Satoshis is going to grow exponentially. Exponentially. And it's going to beat out all the other cryptos because people are going to be converting their cash into Satoshis. Right? The language is going to change in a short time, because 8 years is going to go by like that, and people aren't going to be talking about Bitcoin. They're going to be talking about Satoshis and converting your dollars into sats, into the units, into those units. We are receiving millions of those units daily, people, daily, with BitHarvest, daily. Think about that. And then when one Satoshi equals $1, say that again, when one Satoshi equals $1, now we got a whole next level, right? We got a whole next level of operation, because now we're mining an asset that's valued millions of dollars daily. Millions of dollars daily. And I know that hurts. That's going to hurt a lot of people, right, who has been following this channel, watching me, and they're not involved with the BitHarvest. They don't have an account. And you don't like to see other people win. I get it. And you don't want to ask. Right. Yeah, cool. But the truth still remains, and the fact still remains, that BitHarvest is your best bet for acquiring Satoshis, where you could just set it and forget it. And you don't even need a full BitBooster. You don't need to put in $1,000, just 100, and leave it and walk away. Just like how somebody bought $100 worth of Bitcoin and just walked away from it. Right? Read about their life. It was in cold storage somewhere. And then when they heard that Bitcoin, somebody said, "Hey, didn't you get some Bitcoin?" "Yes, yeah." "Why? What about it?" "Hey man, congratulations, you're a rich guy. That thing's like $50,000 now." "Oh yeah, really? Okay, yeah. Well, he's just playing it off like he knew, being cryptic, but deep down inside, he's running, sprinting to whatever safe deposit box or whatever room he had the keys in to look at the price point of what his 100 Bitcoin is worth, or his 200, 300, or his 500 Bitcoin is worth, right? At 50K per Bitcoin. See, we're not talking about a lot of Bitcoin, right? That type of money, $100, 500, that's money you could, and just walk away from it. Yeah, I could walk away from $500. I've done that for less things, right? For less things, right? I've thrown away a lot more than that. And I've thrown away more than that in clothing. You see what I'm saying? Some people have wasted that in a month because they've bought a $500 phone twice because they keep losing it. Think about that. A person has no problem buying a $100 or $1,000 phone if they lost a phone, right? But they wouldn't consider putting $1,000 into an asset like a BitBooster that will continuously acquire them more assets, See, that's the power of the BitHarvest. The power of the BitHarvest is that you put the money in to convert it. I mean, you convert your money to crypto because you need crypto for the BitBooster. That's number one. Right? So you need crypto for the BitBooster. Notice you don't use Bitcoin, right? Notice you're not using Bitcoin or any cash of any kind to acquire the BitBooster. The BitBooster is bought via crypto. So that within itself, it hasn't violated any laws because no fiat money was utilized to acquire the BitBooster. You needed crypto already. Not Bitcoin, crypto. And you use your crypto to get Bitcoin. So for all the people who have crypto, that's another reason why the BitHarvest, in my opinion, right? I call it the crypto vendor theory. I just came up with that at the top of my head. That will change. But the theory is around the people who hold crypto. Crypto holder theory. Because crypto is not the same as Bitcoin. So when all the people who have crypto, they start to realize that, hey, Bitcoin is it, they're going to start converting their crypto, right, into assets, into the BitBooster asset. And probably by that time, it'll be the BitHarvest token. So people will convert whatever they got into the BitHarvest token, which is going to increase the BitHarvest token to acquire the BitBoosters to get their Bitcoin. Because there's a lot of crypto, not Bitcoin millionaires. And we're not talking about Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires. We're talking about the crypto millionaires and billionaires. When the crypto millionaires and billionaires start to wake up to the BitHarvest space, it's gonna shake this. It's like the wealth tree is gonna shake right up for those who are already positioned, like myself, already positioned. And then people start just hitting you up. Hey, send me your link. Send me the link. Here's my email. It's just a matter of time. And when people start doing the searches about BitHarvest, yo, I need that BitHarvest. It's just a matter of time. There's a jump for that. And that's another revenue stream of passive income. We're also getting paid in Bitcoin. I'm getting paid in Satoshis, passively, from my own asset and from the assets of others. And it's all logged, it's all tracked, it's all on the blockchain. That's the beauty. This is all happening on the blockchain. We could all see it, right? We're living in an awesome time in life, ladies and gentlemen. And the question is, where are you positioning yourself? How are you positioning yourself for the future? Because Bitcoin is going to outshine and outlast every asset. It's already doing that. Even in the crypto space. It's outperforming, outshining in the long run other assets. No matter your meme coins, whatever. Your meme coin or your crypto token may have had a good run. But it's not going to last. It's going to be over. You'll just have a good season. When you acquire Bitcoin, you are positioning yourself to have a good life. Not just a good season. So with that, take care of yourself and others. And enjoy the rest of your life. Because as you can see, I am. Take care, everybody. Peace.